Look at how strong Phil is.
Phil, do you need help?
Well, yeah, we are.
Just wait, go back a little bit. I need to get you.
Alright, I'm gonna go this way.
Okay, you might have to.
Oh! Why are you twisting
I'm
it?
just making sure that the roof is
Hold up.
Okay, you're good, right? Great. So we're just putting this on top of here temporarily. This is good. There we go.
So you wanna...
This one's lined up.
Because this one is like, we need like a 17 more inches on this side.
17. Pull it to your side a wee bit, Phil. Okay, that's good. Okay, just tap that in. That's good. You're using a rubber mallet. Now we gotta push this side in.
Here. Let me put it here. Let me open this one.
This one actually has a lid. You just push the side in. Alright, let's see if we can kind of
Alright, we need to do a few on here.
do a few on this side. Did that one come out?
I put this one in.
Sketchy.
A little bit.
Welcome back, everybody. So today I'm going to start installing the stringers and runners. The other day I came by and we put the top of the boat back on. It is just being held in by... So basically I just put these little nails through each of the holes along the whole edge. So we have a nail here, and kind of them spaced out along the whole edge of the boat, just to hold the whole boat into shape. Got some on this side. So by putting the top back on the boat, that brings the sides back in, and that allows the hull of the boat to come back into its original shape. When I did pull in the sides of the boat, it did bring the edge of the hull up by like 3/4 of an inch. So I think that's significant enough. So last night I cut out the stringers. I basically just cut out, from the leftover plywood I had, I just cut out these strips. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of like have them in 3 pieces. So I'll have like 1, 2, 3, and then I'll put another strip on top of that. So the stringers from the back to the front are 9 feet. So I was thinking of just either just doing a full 8-foot piece and then just adding a little piece to the end, or I don't know, I just decided that I'm gonna cut them into 3-foot sections. So I decided to do it this way, so when I install them, the stringers will form easier to the bottom of the boat. I did have one 8-foot strip and I laid it in here, and it would have been pretty hard to install it and then have it twist to the shape of the hull. So this way is gonna probably be a little bit easier, and I think the strength of it will be just fine. I'm gonna, after they're installed, I'm gonna also fiberglass them to the hull. But what I'm gonna do now before I install that is take my sander, clean up some of these patches. I'm gonna go over the surface where I'm gonna install all the stringers and just scuff it up, sand it down a little bit. I have another patch there that I'm gonna clean up. And then in the very back, see if I can flatten that out a little bit. So once that's all cleaned up, I'll take the 3-foot pieces and start fitting them in and getting them glued down. I'll get my grinder out and my sander, and I'll just start prepping the floor. And I'll get some putty mixed up and I'll start laying the stringers in. Alright, so the floor I got all sanded and I ground down this patch smooth with the floor. And I basically just kind of scuff sanded the whole surface where the stringers will go up to the front there. So I didn't take any I didn't take a ton of material off. I just kind of roughed up the surface and took off any old glue that was on the surface here, so it worked out all right. Fortunately, I left my bigger tape measure at home, so I've got my maximum 3-foot tape measure, just exactly what I need. So just gonna basically cut each piece to 3 feet. I needed 9-foot length altogether. So I'm just gonna lay them down, so we'll just see how they fit. So I went ahead, finished cutting out all the pieces. Basically, all the stringer pieces are cut to size, ready to be put in. Okay, so got the heater going, shut the doors, it's getting cold out there. So anyways, so I decided to install this side first. After I fiberglass it in, I'm going to be putting these weights on top of the stringers to press it to the floor. And then I put this board here in the front, and then I'm going to take these 2 5-gallon jugs of kerosene and just sit them on top of the board right here and here, and that will be enough weight to press the front end to the hull. So at this moment I'm going to get some fiberglass putty mixed up, and then I can start laying down the stringers on right along the side. So I was planning on just putting all the stringers on this side in all in one go, but it actually uses more it uses more fiberglass than I thought it would. So it would take a lot to keep mixing it as I go. And at the same time, just this stuff that I put in already is really slippery, I guess. So the strip moves quite a bit. So I have those two red weights holding it in place. It's keeping it from like sliding like more to the middle of the boat. And I have these kerosene jugs holding or putting weight on the stringer to keep it down. So what I'm gonna probably end up doing is just be putting in piece by piece as I go along. It's probably going to take a little longer than I thought it would, but that's fine. So when I do glue the rest of the stringers in, there will definitely be a lot more opportunity for it to kind of slide down to the center. So I'm gonna have to use a lot more extra weight probably in the center here to hold the stringer in place, as well as putting a lot of weight down on the top of it to keep it in the shape of the hull. You gotta start somewhere. Just take one step at a time. It slowly gets done. So hopefully by the end of the week, we'll have this all finished. Who knows? So at this point, I'll just let it sit, let it dry. Come back tomorrow and install with the rest of the stringers. All right. Okay, so I got the runners in. Basically just found all the heavy things I could find in the shop and just stuck it on top. So it's giving it a lot of good pressure against the hull. So hopefully it's enough weight to press those stringers right into the floor, and we'll see, I guess, when it's dry. Glad I got all that done. Next step is to get all my stringers fit. These are going in next. Hopefully that goes smoothly. And then after that, I'm gonna fiberglass everything to the hull. I'll give it a lot of extra strength for sure. And then when that's done, I'll have to buy another sheet of plywood. And then I can put the plywood floor on. So things are coming along. Once the floor is on, fiberglass that in. I'll fiberglass the floor to the transom. And then I'll probably take the top back off, and I have some work to do on the top before I permanently secure it. Yeah, the days are getting warmer, the sun's getting brighter, the days are getting longer, and you know what that means. Boating season's around the corner. So I don't want to be working on this boat throughout the whole summer. That would suck. So I got to get this thing finished. Yeah, so I'll clean up the rest of the stuff here, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow.